Well, that sucked. Hey guys, it's Caleb Marinelli. I just got done watching the Advanced Auto Parts Clash at Daytona. I believe it's called Advanced Auto Parts. I don't know, they keep changing the name every year. I just got done watching that race. Jimmy Johnson won. So, Ally Bank is 1-0 so far in NASCAR competition. And really don't know what to say after a race like that. It was pretty obvious after the first few laps exactly how the race was going to be, what kind of race it was going to be, and it was a freight train basically the whole time. So we're going to sit here and talk about it. So I would show you some clips of the race, but obviously YouTube and copyright and everything, you know, it doesn't really work. I would show you some clips of the race, but I'm guessing most of you already saw it, and Paul Menard basically dominated the whole thing. And it was basically a Penske train up front to start things out. Paul Menard did start on the pole, but Kyle Busch was able to lead the first lap, and I thought maybe it could be a bit of an exciting race, but after a few laps, it just began to be a freight train, and after a little bit, they formed a line at the top of the racetrack. And then about, I'd say, I don't know, a few 32 or so laps into the race, I don't really remember, the rain began to pour, so they had to stop the race for a little bit. Paul Menard was still leading. They eventually went back under green. It was raining again after about halfway through. It was kind of off and on with the rain. I had a feeling that it wasn't gonna end under green flag conditions, and that's not how it turned out. So there was only one caution, and it was the one they had at lap 25. And that was really the only place where the first few incidents took place, going down pit road. 2 drivers got penalties, including Eric Almirola and Daniel Suarez. And that really didn't mix a lot of things up. They eventually went back under green, and it just freight trained again. It only took like 3 laps to do it. Then toward the end of the race, I'd say with a little less than 20 laps to go, Paul Menard and Jimmy Johnson were battling for the lead, and they got together. In my opinion, I think Paul Menard came low, but other people are blaming Jimmy Johnson for it. But anyways, that triggered a wreck that would take out basically everyone, and it said on the screen during the race that only 3 cars made it through clean. And that's not really surprising. So basically 17 cars got damaged. And at this point, there was about 16 laps to go. They brought the cars back down pit road because it was beginning to slightly rain again. And we thought at this point that maybe they could get the cars back out onto the track, but they just decided to call it at the end, and this is the wrong car, but I don't care. It's a free country. Jimmy Johnson was able to get the win for the first time since 2017, so that's huge for him, whether you blame him for the wreck or not. Hopefully he's going to have a great season this year, but this is definitely a step in the right direction, but it's a plate track, you know. But it's just good to see the 48 back in victory lane. I know everyone used to be so angry at him for winning a lot because he used to just win a lot, as fans know. But these past 2 years, he's kind of been in a slump. So it's really good to see him back in victory lane. Hopefully he can continue his success this season. So anyways, this was just a bit of a test for my race reviews this season. I did one last season after the Bristol race as kind of a test. So I'm hoping I can try to do these every single week after the race. And hopefully we don't have races like we just saw today. But anyways, congratulations to Jimmy Johnson. That race was terrible. But this is Caleb Marinelli, and I'll catch you next time.